Hello, Kristen Norris here from Shape Your World Coaching. I hope you're having an incredible weekend. A very happy Sunday, wherever you are in the world, whatever your time zone. And I am sending you so much love. It is time for this week's Sunday sermon. Sunday sermon, from me to you. You may notice a few changes with me. For this week's Sunday sermon, I cut my hair, a little something different. It's a lot shorter than I meant it to be, but I'm getting used to it. I quite like it actually now. And you'll also notice I'm doing this without my glasses. There is a reason and a purpose for that, which I will go into more in a little bit. What I want to share with you, though, today for this week's Sunday sermon are some of the really big themes and the keys that I have been receiving about the world energies, our earth energies, my energy, your energy, and some of the really deep, incredible insights that come with that. Again, things I'm picking up from my own spirit, soul, the essence that makes me, as well as things I've been picking up from my spirit guide team, as I call them, and source in the universe. So I hope that all of this is a help for you. Part of what I've been picking up on is that we are each in this incredible energy. There is a lot of shifting going on. There is a lot of change going on. More and more of us are feeling this momentum within ourselves. You know, if there's something that you haven't yet done, if there's a piece or an area of your life that you'd like to move forward with and you haven't yet, it is incredibly likely you're going to be feeling that urge now, as in you wish and you would like to have started on it already. Part of where that drive is coming from has to do with the increasing amounts of divine feminine energy we are going to continue to be experiencing as a part of our universe, living on Earth, this beautiful planet. And a part of what's happening in terms of the shifting rotation of Mother Earth's orbit, you know, just slight minuscule shifts, but enough that, excuse me, it's bringing in different molecules. You know, and you don't need a huge amount of these. It can be like a really, really tiny amount. But even that can make a really significant change in terms of what we as beings living here on this planet have seeped into our bodies, into our skin, what we see through our eyes, what comes through our ears, and through all of that, what then gets soaked into our organs, our blood, our bones, muscles, and lymph system, and so on. How all of that gets translated for each of us, that is where the difference is. That is what can be different, depending on who you are, what your particular path is, in terms of what are the key things that you would like to be accomplishing, that you would like to be achieving. Maybe it's a personal life goal. Maybe it's a goal for you and your relationship, something you'd like to be better. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you want to start traveling. Maybe you'd like to take strides in your business or with a project idea. Maybe it's your spiritual path and you'd like to feel a real deepening, a connection there. Maybe you would like to find out more about your spirit guide team, your soul. Where did your soul originate? What have been some of your past lifetimes? Or, you know, we also have parallel timelines. There's this whole multi-dimensional multiverse, they call it, that we are a part of. And I'm really happy to drop a few links if any of you are interested in knowing more about that on the science front. But the gist is that this shifting of energy, this bringing in more of the feminine, the divine feminine that I've been talking about quite a bit in these videos and sharing with all of you, is creating a really big shift for us in terms of how do we see and view the world? More of this divine feminine, what it's doing as well, literally it's soaking into every single aspect of you, all of us. Um, and what's happening is your brain is translating all of that and receiving messages and signals, and that readdressing, so readdressing the imbalance that we've been living through and under for thousands of years living here on this planet. It's been a more dominant masculine energy. And as I've said before, none of this is to say that masculine energy is bad. Of course it's not. We need it. We have masculine energy within each and every one of us. We also, each and every one of us, have feminine energy. And when that is not balanced correctly, that's when issues occur. That's when we're far more likely to have conflict and difficulty, to be experiencing obstacles, worries and fears. When we're not feeling a balance within us, when you're not feeling balanced, you're far more likely to have difficulty and things will not be flowing in the way you want them to be. Now, how do you get back in balance? Part of it is what Mother Earth is helping us all out. We are, again, with that slight shifting of the rotational orbit, what it's bringing in is loads of different molecules in our atmosphere and so on, and it's seeping through. And also it's getting into the food that we grow and we eat. Animals are soaking this in, so if you're a meat eater, it's going to be adjusting that as well. And what's happening is that we on the receiving end are receiving more of that divine feminine as well, and that is helping to balance things out. And it's helping to bring to light any issues and areas where that imbalance is still there, where we need to take divine action steps, where you need to take action steps so that you can do your bit in getting it back to where it needs to be, back in this harmonious, symbiotic balance, that peace and harmony that each of us really strives for, that you deserve, in your life, in your world, your business, and so on. You deserve to achieve your dreams. You deserve to have happy relationships, healthy relationships. You deserve to live in your dream home, with all the comforts and beauty within it and around you that you would like. You deserve to achieve whatever you want to do in your life, your business, your spiritual path, and more. And so what all of this divine feminine energy is bringing to us, and see, part of where we're feeling that urge to really continue and to complete things if we haven't yet, is that we are getting more and more of this divine feminine energy as Earth's rotational orbit continues to go. And what it means for each of you and me, all of us, is that you, if there are any areas and spaces that still are not quite where you deserve to have them be, where your soul knows you want them to be, where they need to be. That's a whole nother aspect I'll touch on in a different video. But you will be feeling that urge even more to do what you can personally do to help and proceed and move things along. So there's a lot of that going on. I'm having so many conversations with people where they are telling me exactly what I'm sharing with you, that they are feeling that urge. If they're still not being authentic, if they're still not being visible, if they're still not moving ahead in their life, their business, their relationships, and so on as they would like to be, they are feeling that even more. And that's what's going to keep happening for each and every one of us until we do our bit, until you do your bit to proceed and to move things along. That is part of what this readdressing of the imbalance we've been living under for so many thousands of years on this planet, with the predominant patriarchal energy. That's part of what's happening with the divine feminine coming back in to balance things, is giving each of us the opportunity to see things in a different light. And because we are soaking up this new awareness, this more symbiotic, harmonious state of being, this wholeness. And it's that wholeness that so many of us crave, that you crave, really. That's something that each of our souls, me, you, all of us, want and desire. There are three key things that we want and need as human beings. And that's for all of us, me, you, whatever our background, whatever our income bracket, whatever our spiritual beliefs, or if we don't have spiritual beliefs, everything we want comes down to three things. And there are spectrums on these three things to where personal preference and maybe our background can differentiate how we see that in practice. But here are the three things that we all want, that you want and need in order to go forward successfully. We, me, you, everyone wants to be loved, to know that we belong, and to know that we're safe. Those three crucial things are necessary for each of us. Now, what the divine feminine energy is bringing in is helping to shed light and giving us the opportunity to better know and to be reminded of any places, spaces, areas, either within ourselves, within our lives, in our families, our local communities, at work, the greater, wider community, the governments, global community, and so on. Feminine energy is shedding light on any areas and spaces where it is not in balance, and where those three main things of being loved and experiencing love and feeling love, belonging and experiencing and knowing we belong, and being safe and knowing we are safe. The divine feminine energy is shedding light for each of us, you, me, all of us, on any of those areas where we are not in complete balance of masculine and feminine, and also where those three things, love, belonging, and safety, are not being met, or where one of them is not being met, depending on the situation. So we are all going to be experiencing more of that. You are, I am, so many of us. And it's up to us to do what we can, our bit of readdressing the balance. Now, universe, source, creator, spirit guide team, Mother Earth, they're doing their bit. And we can do our bit too. Now, if there are any things that are outside of your control where you think to yourself, there's really nothing I can do, you don't know what you can do. Here's a really quick tip that can help so much. Literally, even if it feels silly at first, just close your eyes. I'm hearing that they'd like you to take at least 3 to 5 deep breaths, and I'll model this for you. So go in and out. We'll do 3 here. In and out. One more. In and out. And then what you can do is you can keep your eyes closed. And by the way, it's a great tip if you can do this anywhere you can be uninterrupted and have some space to yourself. And so you've got your eyes closed, you've got your 3 to 5 deep breaths, and then start thinking about whatever it is that you would like to know more about, or whatever is an obstacle that you don't know how to transcend, you don't know how to move through, whatever it is. And start thinking about it. Make it really big and bright, as vivid as you can. And by that, I mean feel into what this particular situation or obstacle or feeling or whatever it is has been like for you and is for you. Allow yourself to feel it in your body. There's a lot of empowerment about this, even if it's something that scares you. You don't make it as big as you can. This feels okay for you. And then ask your spirit guide team or source creator, ask them to help you. Let them know that you don't know what to do about it, that you're feeling confused, blocked, stuck. Whatever words come to you are fine. Just express yourself and let them know that you would like help. And you can be really specific. You can ask them to give you specific things, really obvious signs and signals that you will know what they mean. As for your next steps, you can ask them to help you. They're there for each and every one of us, everyone, and I really highly recommend that you try this out. If you haven't done it yet, it's incredible what comes. And after you've asked them, a really key piece of it is to just let it go. Don't stress about it. Don't continue to move it over in your mind all the time and maybe feel worries or anxiety or anything else associated with it, or nervousness. Allow yourself to ask the question and then trust that they will help you, and let it go. You've got to let it go. And now sometimes it can feel a little bit difficult to just let stuff go. So here's a quick additional tip. Make sure you plan fun things for the next few days at least. I would say several days, but at least the next few days if you can. Because what that does is it gives you a break, and it gives you space for the universe and source and your spirit guide team to be able to send you those signs, to be able to put things in motion that you will understand, and that will be like miracles for you when you see and experience, hear, or see them and feel them. You need to allow for that time for the universe and spirit guides and so on to come back to you, because otherwise what you can do is you can unintentionally send out competing thoughts, competing signals. And what happens is it's like you're at a restaurant. Okay, it's like you're at a restaurant and you've made your order. You've said to the waitress or waiter, this is what I want. You can get really detailed if you want to. You can tell them specific ingredients, or you want, let's say, your milkshake to be just this particular shade of toffee or whatever it is. You can make a really specific order. But then you need to be able to trust that the waiter and waitress is going to give your order correctly to the chef and the cooks, and that they are going to make it for you. And you need to be able to be patient to allow them to make you what you would like and to bring it to you. Because what you can do sometimes, and this is really normal, is you place your order, you say, I really want help with this, and then you continue to have worries, you continue to have stress out, and maybe you at that point, you would take more actions in a different way that then alters their ability to help you out. It's not saying that you shouldn't take any action steps if you feel like, no, this is definitely something you need to do, that you ought to do to help it. Go for it. But sometimes it can be a help just to allow, not for, if something's time sensitive or it's an emergency, obviously take action. But if you have some time and space, allow the universe to place and make your order. After you've placed it, allow it to make your order, and allow it to then be able to bring it back to where you're sitting in the restaurant of life. Because when you place your order, but you continue to then have worry thoughts, or without feeling that this is definitely the right thing for you to do, when you, out of panic, for instance, take loads of action steps. It's like you've been in that restaurant, you've placed the order, and then you go running after the waiter or waitress, or maybe you run into the kitchen and you start trying to tell them what to do. And you can see where the conflict comes in, right? Because then the universe, source, your spirit guide team, the chefs and cooks, they get confused. They're like, wait, we thought we were doing this for you. What do you want? And then things go into standstill. So a really quick tip for you is to allow yourself the space and time for the universe and your spirit team and source to meet you and to come back with the answers you're waiting for. And so if you do have worry thoughts or anxiety, or like me, let's say you have a history of being an overthinker, something you can do, I say that of which I know, I speak of that which I know. Something you can do is a great tip, and I've done it in my life and world, is to make sure that you have things in place that will be fun, that are relaxing, and will give you joy. And make sure that you turn your brain off a bit when you do them, assuming you don't have to operate heavy machinery, you know, or take after or look after small children. Turn your brain on enough to do what you gotta do. But allow yourself to really enjoy it. Allow yourself to have fun. And there's such a gift that comes for you with that, because then what you're doing is you're giving the universe, you're giving source, you're giving your spirit guide enough time to make your order for you. You know, there's quite a few things going on for me in my life and world that have really taken a lot of faith on my end as well, and trust. A lot of faith and trust that my orders will be and are being placed. Part of this has to do with ways in which I am continuing to be ever more visible, being without glasses. This is one aspect of me being more visible. You are seeing me in my authenticity more and more. And it's incredible, and it feels really good. Now, it's not that I wasn't visible before, but I am showing aspects of you that I realized there was a place and a piece of me that had been, the glasses basically have been allowing that aspect of me to hide, to not be seen. And for me, it has to do with past life issues, other life issues, and those energies and things that my soul had not healed from, that I had carried with me into this life, and that needed to be healed. And you know, every day, I've spoken about this in other videos, so I won't go into too much detail, but every day I have my own grounding, meditating, and energy work practice, depending on what it is I specifically need at that point in time. And you know, so I've been clearing and healing all these layers, and the being without the glasses, that helps for that aspect of me that is healing and being healed and has been healed, for that aspect to be ever more seen, and to know it's safe, that I will still belong, and that I will still be loved. And do you see how all this stuff ties together? It ties together so much for all of us, you know, and me being seen more helps me to step into my path ever more greatly. It helps me to connect with each and every one of you. Whoever needs to see my eyes needs to know that part of the empowerment that comes for me with this, and how beautiful and powerful, incredible it is for each of us, for you also to be seen and exactly who you are, all of it to make you you. And you know, I know that me stepping into who I am more is helping whoever needs to see that for themselves, for yourself, so that you can be inspired, so that you can be encouraged, and you can know it's okay for you to be seen too, and you will still be loved, you will still belong, and you will still be safe. That's a really powerful message for so many of us on lots of different levels, you know, because anytime we do something new, anytime You take steps, I take steps in directions that we're not familiar with already, it can bring up fears. We can feel anxious. You might feel anxious. You might feel nervous about it. Even if those new directions are ones that you know ultimately are good for you, it doesn't matter. It's just the newness of it and the unfamiliarity that can bring up fears and worries and so on. So something beautiful that you can do to support yourself through all of that and to answer the divine feminine increasing energy call that's bringing up for you, it's shedding light and shining light on spaces and places for you that are still out of balance. What you can do is make sure that you are surrounded and that you have tools and skill sets and techniques that will help you and support you every step of the way. You know, whether it's a coach, a healer, a doctor, a therapist, a teacher, a friend, a family member, taking a class, watching TED Talk videos, listening to soothing music, grounding music. There's something called a 428 hertz. And also, I think it's 528 hertz. Yeah, 528 hertz. That's another great one. Music, and search for that on YouTube. It's great. It helps you to really feel much more settled and so on. You can do so many things to help yourself, and it's available for each and every one of us. So many different tools of support. And when you do that, and you make sure you have what you need, you can go more confidently forward. You can achieve whatever you would like. And if you don't know how to access the tools and techniques that will help you, I'm just going to adjust how I'm sitting here. But if you don't know how to access those things, ask your spirit team. Ask Source, Creator. Just ask. And be ready to welcome in and to hear and to feel whatever the answer is for you. You know, nothing is impossible. Nothing. And I am a living, breathing example of how this stuff works. It really does. You know, so many things that have scared aspects of me along the way. I'm doing them now. I'm doing them. My past, starting in May of 2016, I started traveling all over across Europe and the UK, literally going place to place to place to place. And I left the flat I'd been living in on, I think it was May 11th, 2016, and literally going place to place to place to place, primarily by house and pet sitting. And, you know, nothing is impossible. Nothing. I had a Facebook conversation with someone the other day who messaged me, and he's this gentleman who's messaged me quite a bit in the past, off and on. And, you know, just an acquaintance. But he said something to me where how did he put it? He said, you know, oh, that's so amazing that you've been doing all this traveling. And I said, well, and he said, oh, and the crucial bit also is he said, I really wish I could do that. I said, well, you can do anything you want to. He said, oh, I don't believe that. And he said, oh, there's always obstacles. And my response to him was, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but my response to him was, you know, the only obstacles that are there are the ones that you've put in place. There is always a solution. Even if it means maybe you have to wait a little bit, if you feel like you need to save money, even if you need to take a few steps like I did, where I looked into house and pet sitting and how does it actually work. And I signed up for, you know, the various websites and then found positions and spoke with people on Skype, homeowners, and they said, great, we'd love to have you come. You know, even if there are a couple of steps you need to take in between things, nothing is impossible. Nothing. I'm a living, breathing example of this. And, the things I'm doing now, such as this incredible collaborative workshop with Tamara Gale, which, by the way, if you're interested, I'll put a link in this description of this video, because it starts on December 4th, and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so blessed and honored for the people who've already signed up. We do have space available, so it'll be amazing if you can be with us, if you feel called. It's for women empowerment, and it's called your divine femininity and sacred sexuality. There's going to be things like Shakti healing, tantra healing, sexual energy healing. There's going to be a womb healing and clearing. We're going to be doing body talk sessions. Literally, I will be guiding you through how to talk and speak to your body. Literally, how to hear and how to experience this incredible wisdom your body, my body, all of our bodies have for us. There's going to be, connecting with the Aphrodite archetype and learning more about her and all of that. How can it help you in your life, in your world? And there's also going to be connecting with the Venusian from the planet Venus guides that I have and I work with in the Venus Council, and incredible love energy that they send. It's amazing, so amazing. And I act as a channel and conduit so that it can move through to you. And every day we're going to be doing really fun dancing and exercises to, by the way, you will be able to incorporate into your everyday life. And we're going to be recording all of these as well. So when you sign up, one, whether or not you can be there live, you can still participate. And two, it means they will be yours, excuse me, so you can go back to them at any time. See, this is a great example of something that we can create. Tamara and I, this is our first time working together. This was an idea that came to me, and I said, Tamara, what do you think about this? And we had a chat, and she said, sounds amazing. It feels amazing. She and I have created this, and we know it's a part of what we are here to do to help in the world. This entire experience has also been very healing for me. As it's gone in the planning and creation of all of this, it's been bringing up for me the places and spaces that have needed healing, all the little layers that for me relate to various past lives and other lifetimes where I experienced trauma and pain and assaults and so forth, that were in conjunction with who I was as my gender identity as a woman, the majority of my lifetimes, also when I was a man, and the way I expressed my sexuality and sensuality, and anyway, so it's been really healing for me too. And as I've been releasing all these incredible layers, more and more incredible women who Tamara and I were here to serve and support with this and through this workshop, they are connecting with us, and they have been able to hear and to see and be pointed to us by their spirit guide teams, by source, by their souls. And so that's how this stuff works. We are in a co-creative universe, and the divine feminine energy that we're receiving more and more of is helping each of us, me, you, all of us, to be more empowered and to be ever stronger, and to know that we will still be loved. For you, me, all of us, for you to know that you will be loved, that you will still belong, that you will be safe in all that you want to do. Even if there are aspects that feel uncertain or afraid at first, it's okay. And receiving support and healing will help you along every step of the way. Every step. Another thing I'm doing, I'm really excited about, is a workshop with a gentleman named Kundan Chhabra, which I'll share more about another time. There's also this incredible transformational life series that I received as a divine wisdom during my meditation, grounding, and energy work session one day. It's not even, it's been like almost 2.5 weeks. Just that. And already all the speaker positions are full. Incredible. 13 speakers, and they're all filled. And I know exactly how this is going to happen. I have all the skills and skill sets that I need to make this happen in real terms. So I'm excited about that too. And it's all of these things. When you heal, when you release, when you allow the divine and the ever greater balancing of masculine and feminine to be reflected within you, and when you allow any spaces and places that need to be healed within to do so, you open yourself up so much more for whatever it is that you need, that you would like, and that you desire. And you allow that flow. You allow yourself to place your orders, for it to go to the kitchen, to be made, and to come back to you. And, it's a beautiful, symbiotic, co-creative universe and world that we are in, you and me, each of us. There is so much available, and my heart is so full of gratitude. I am so blessed and grateful. And it means the world to be here with each of you. It means the world to be ever fully aligning with my soul path, my soul mission, why I'm here on this planet right now. There is a reason and a purpose for all of it. There's a reason and a purpose for you. That's part of what I'm here to help with. That's part of why I am here, is to help each of you to heal, to be able to release and let go of whatever is not helping and not serving you, and for you to know that you will still be loved, that you are loved, that you will still belong, and you do belong, and to know that you will still be safe, and you are safe every step of the way. I am so honored to share all of these with you. It means the world. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for letting me know how much these videos have helped each and every one of you. No dream is impossible. It really isn't. And you can, and you do every day. You can create your own destiny. I'm sending you so much love, everyone. All the best. And here's to you. Go out and shape your world. We need you to. I'm sending you so much love. All the best, everyone, always. Take care. Bye.